The house hums with life, a swirl of activity filling every corner. Music plays faintly in the background, laughter from earlier still echoes, and the soft scent of Emma's favorite perfume lingers in the air. Meanwhile, I pace anxiously in the living room, my nerves unraveling with every step. Emma, oblivious to my turmoil, twirls in front of the mirror, adjusting her dress for what feels like the 100th time. "Mark, can you help me with this necklace?" she calls out, her tone teetering between irritation and excitement. I walk over, attempting to mask the storm brewing inside. "Emma, we need to talk. It's important." She glances at me through the mirror, her eyes flickering with impatience. "Can it wait? I'm already running late." "No, it can't," I reply firmly, softening my voice in an effort to keep things calm. "You've been going out a lot lately, and it's starting to bother me." Emma lets out a frustrated sigh, turning to face me with her arms crossed. "Are you seriously bringing this up now? It's just a night out with my friends. I'm not doing anything wrong." "I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong," I explain, keeping my voice steady despite the rising tension. "But it's the same thing every weekend. You go out and I'm left here alone. It feels like your social life matters more than our marriage." Emma tugs at her dress, visibly frustrated. "Mark, this is ridiculous. I need time with my friends. Everyone has hobbies or social activities. I'm just trying to enjoy myself. Is it just fun?" I press, my voice trembling. "Or is there something more going on?" Her face flushes, a mix of anger and hurt. "Are you accusing me of cheating?" "No," I say quickly, exasperated. "I'm not accusing you of anything. But when you go out so often and say so little about it, I can't help but wonder. It feels like you're keeping part of your life for me." Emma's eyes narrow, her tone sharp. "I'm not a child, Mark. I don't need to account for every second of my life to you. I'm just out with friends, nothing more." Taking a deep breath, I try to stay composed. "I'm not asking you to stop seeing your friends. I just want you to consider how this affects us. I need to feel like I'm a priority too, Emma. Otherwise, I don't know how we can keep moving forward like this." Her expression softens momentarily, but frustration quickly returns. "You're being controlling, Mark. I feel trapped. If you can't trust me to go out and enjoy time with my friends, maybe the problem is your own insecurity." Her words hit hard, and I take a step back, the weight of her accusations sinking in. "Maybe you're right," I admit quietly. "Maybe I am insecure. But I can't ignore how this is making me feel." Emma sighs deeply, shaking her head. "I'm going out now. We can talk about this later if you're still upset." With that, she grabs her purse and walks out the door. The soft click of the latch feels like a final blow. I sink onto the couch, the silence in the house suddenly oppressive, echoing the growing distance between us. The next morning, the tension lingers like a heavy cloud. Emma and I occupy opposite sides of the house, both lost in thought. After a restless night, I decide it's time to address this directly. No more skirting around the issue. I wait for her in the living room, morning sunlight streaming through the curtains, casting long shadows across the room. When Emma finally appears, still groggy, she notices the tension immediately. "Good morning," she says, attempting a cheerful tone. "What's up?" "Good morning," I reply evenly, determined to stay composed. "We need to talk." Emma sets her coffee mug on the table and perches on the edge of the sofa, her expression guarded. "About what?" I take a deep breath, preparing myself. "Emma, I can't keep doing this. Every weekend, you're out with your friends, and I'm left here alone. I've tried to let it go, but it's eating away at me. I need to know where we stand." Her face clouds with annoyance. "Mark, we've been over this. I go out, I have fun, and I come home. It's not like I'm doing anything wrong." "This isn't about what you're doing," I counter, striving to keep my frustration in check. "It's about how it makes me feel. I'm starting to think your social life matters more than our relationship." Her brows knit together, and she shakes her head in disbelief. "So, what are you saying? I should just stop seeing my friends?" "No," I reply firmly. "I'm saying we need balance. I've been patient, but I can't keep feeling like I'm not a priority. I need to know if you're committed to us." Emma's eyes harden as she crosses her arms. So, now you're giving me an ultimatum? Yes, I admit, my voice steady despite the rapid thumping of my heart. Either we start working on this together and find a balance, or we need to reconsider where this is going. I can't keep living like this. Her face flushes with anger as she stands abruptly. This is absurd, Mark. You're being unreasonable. She storms off, leaving me standing in the living room, the morning light doing little to dispel the growing shadows in our relationship. I need to live my life, Mark. If you can't accept that, maybe you need to rethink your perspective. Emma's voice is firm, but there's a sharp edge to it. It's not about controlling you, I argue, my voice straining under the weight of my emotions. It's about saving what's important to me. I need to know we're working towards something, not drifting apart. Emma shakes her head, exasperated. You're suffocating me, Mark. I need space. If you can't handle that, then maybe we're better off apart. Her words hit me like a punch to the chest, but I refuse to back down. If that's how you feel, maybe we do need to take a step back. I can't keep being part of a relationship where I feel overlooked and insignificant. She grabs her purse in one swift motion, her movements deliberate and tense.
Fine.
I'll head out. We can talk later, but I'm not rushing into any decisions, she says sharply before slamming the door behind her. I sink onto the sofa, a wave of despair mingled with grim determination washing over me. Her departure feels like the start of something final, a point of no return. The silence that follows is oppressive, filled with the echoes of our argument. The house feels colder, emptier, the shadows lengthening with the uncertainty of what comes next. Hours later, I'm in the living room surrounded by the chaos of half-packed boxes. The space feels foreign, stripped of its usual warmth, every item I pack carrying the weight of a life I'm preparing to leave behind. The ticking clock on the wall serves as a haunting metronome, marking the slow, inevitable passage of time. Emma's laughter filters faintly through the window, her carefree voice a sharp contrast to the stillness inside. The sound makes the loneliness bite deeper. I'm sealing a box when I hear the familiar click of the lock turning. Her key rattles in the door. I brace myself, taking a deep breath as Emma steps inside. Her laughter fades abruptly. She freezes, her gaze landing on the stacked boxes near the doorway. Confusion flickers across her face, quickly replaced by seriousness when she notices the note I've left on the coffee table. Mark, she calls, her voice tentative, echoing in the empty house. Mark, where are you? I step out of the bedroom, struggling to steady myself despite the storm raging inside. I'm here, I say simply. Emma's fingers tremble as she picks up the note. She reads it aloud, her voice breaking. Emma, I can't keep living this way. I hope you find what you're looking for. I need to move on. Mark. Her face crumples, shock and hurt flashing in her eyes. You're leaving? Just like that. I never wanted it to come to this, I reply, my voice heavy with regret. But I can't keep going like this, feeling like an afterthought. I've tried, Emma. I really tried. But we're at a standstill. Tears well in her eyes as she steps closer. Mark, please.
Let's talk about this.
Don't do this now. We can figure something out. I shake my head, guilt clawing at me. I've been trying to talk, I say softly. But every time, it feels like we're going in circles. I need to step back, for my own sanity. Emma wipes her eyes, anger and heartbreak warring in her gaze. You're really doing this? I nod, the weight of my decision pressing down on me. I'm sorry, Emma. I truly am. But I have to let go. She takes a shaky breath, stepping back as if the words have physically struck her.
Fine.
If that's what you want, then go. But don't expect me to ever come back after this. I don't respond, unable to find the words. Instead, I turn away, the finality of the situation sinking in. The door clicks shut behind me, and I feel the enormity of my decision settle over me. The future is uncertain, but it's a path I have to walk alone.